Hello, welcome to the Inner Compass channel. Today, I'll take you on a unique journey, not geographical but internal. The inspiration comes from the book The Café at the End of the World, a short story with big questions. This film is for those who have at least once felt that life is running too fast and heading nowhere in particular. Brew some tea, sit comfortably, and listen. Imagine you're driving somewhere without purpose, a bit tired, a bit bored, and suddenly you come across a cafe in the middle of nowhere. That's exactly how John's story begins, the protagonist of the book. But what he finds there isn't just coffee and cake. On the back of the menu, he sees questions. Why are you here? Are you afraid of death? Are you living a fulfilling life? These aren't questions you answer right away. They stay in your head. They start working like an inner compass, forcing you to stop, to look within yourself. The Café at the End of the World doesn't give ready answers, but it shows something important. Each of us has their purpose. It's not about grand missions. Sometimes it's the need to share, teach others, create, care for others. Sometimes it's simply to be. In a world where we rush from task to task, we often forget to ask, does what I'm doing nourish me? Is this my life or someone else's script? In the book, John learns that first you need to stop to see where you want to go. Because when you drive without a map, you can be very busy, but you'll never get to where you truly want to be. Interestingly, the book introduces a fascinating term: fear-based illusory neurons. These special cells in our brain work like automatic programs. They suggest what we should do. They constantly whisper, "What will others think?" That's not proper. You must earn more. These neurons work as autopilot, and they feed on our fear of change, of the unknown, of failure. When John begins to understand how these neurons work, he discovers something important. We can break this automatic cycle. We can regain control over our own choices. This is one of the most important moments in the book. Understanding that life is a series of choices. Every yes to something is a no to something else. Do I choose daily in accordance with myself? Or do I just react to what the day brings? In The Café, a beautiful metaphor appears of life as a collection of jugs. Each jug is a different experience: travels, relationships, passions, learning. Some we fill to the brim, others remain empty. On our deathbed, we don't regret what we did. We regret what we didn't experience. Jugs we could have filled, but lacked the courage. The second question from The Café, "Are you afraid of death?" essentially asks, are you living in a way that you won't regret unfilled jugs? Are you postponing life for later? Are you waiting for the right moment that may never come? Strelecky reminds us of something we prefer not to think about. Our life is about 28,000 days. That seems like a lot, but how many are already behind you? And how do you want to spend the ones that remain? The third question from The Café sounds, are you living a fulfilling life? The book contains a deeper thought. Truly fulfilling life always connects with serving others. It's not about sacrifice or forgetting about yourself. On the contrary, it's discovering that when we realize our inner purpose in a way that helps others, we achieve the deepest satisfaction. It's no coincidence that moments of connection with others give us the most happiness. Moments when we use our talents not just for ourselves, but to make the world at least a little bit better. I want to propose 3 simple exercises you can start applying today. Ask yourself, why am I here where I am? Not just geographically, but in the current moment of life. What choices brought you here? Write down for a week what gives you true joy. Not momentary pleasure, but a deep sense of meaning. These could be clues to your purpose of existence. In the evening, ask yourself, what did I do for others today? Even a small gesture can have great meaning. You don't need to know the answers right away, but simply asking questions can be the beginning of change. The Café at the End of the World is a book that reminds us that life isn't a race to some distant goal. It's a journey worth taking consciously. I tried not to spoil the book too much if you wanted to read it. If this film moved you, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it with someone who might also need this. Thank you for being here. And remember, your inner compass already knows the way.